All right, welcome to Catholic Scripture Twisters, episode 12. In this episode, I want to get into the fruit of what twisting the scriptures has created. And I'm going to focus mainly on what is going on right now. I'm not going to focus on everything that has happened over the last 2,000 years because there's so much to get into. And just focusing on what's going on right now is sufficient to get the point across. Now, Uh, what I want to focus on is the idea that the Catholics believe that Jesus built his church upon Peter and that there's a succession, that Peter passed on his authority and his keys, which there's no record of, to someone else, and that person is the first pope, I think, is Linus, and then he passes it on and so forth, all the way down until we get to where we have Francis today, when I'm making this video, right? And they believe that Peter had the authority of basically Jesus or God on earth. I don't know why they believe that, but that's what they believe. And he passes on that same authority. And I'm going to show you what that kind of authority is going to lead you to. Because Peter, James, John, Paul would never say that Christians themselves worship the same God as Islam does. They would never say that. Yet this current pope is saying just that. Saying that the Catholics worship the same God as the Muslims do. And it's actually part of Vatican I, Vatican II, that they worship the same God. And this year, this church that you see illustrated right here is being opened in Dubai. And this church area is called the Abrahamic House, or the Abrahamic Family House. And one of these buildings is for Catholicism, one of them for Judaism, one of them for Islam. And they're saying that they all worship the same God, and they're bringing them in as unity, one church, a one world religion, if you will. This is heretical. This is heresy. Even talking to Catholics about it, that's what they say. But they don't see how it's a contradiction because they themselves are protesting against the Pope and his supposed authority to do such a thing. Right? Maybe if he was sitting on the seat of Peter, all of a sudden he can make this true, apparently, according to Catholics. But even if he was sitting on the seat of Peter and all of a sudden he becomes magically infallible and he says this, it doesn't become true. Right? Just like if the Pope was to sit on the seat of Peter and say 2 plus 2 equals 5, that does not become true just because that's what he said when he's sitting there. Right? That's obviously not true. That's obviously ridiculous. Yet you can see that the fruit of twisting the scriptures has led to this here today. Because you think that Jesus built his church not upon Peter's confession of Jesus being the Messiah, the Son of the living God, but upon Peter himself, who later had Satan rebuked out of him for saying that Jesus is not going to go through what he's going to go through, and deny Jesus 3 times. They believe that he has the authority of Jesus on earth, and that he's the head of the church, and he passed on that authority to others. And that authority is to basically be God. And whatever you say is the truth, and that's that. So you get to this point where we are today, because you claim that this Pope has this God-given authority. And he has the keys of David, the keys to the kingdom of heaven. So whatever he says goes. Whatever he says is bound on earth is bound in heaven. Whatever he looses on earth is loosed in heaven. Right? You think that goes for the popes all throughout history, and to the Pope we have today. So here we have a Pope saying, let's unite. Catholics and Muslims worship the same God. Just bringing up this simple point shows you the fruit of this and this belief. When this is obviously, like I said, I can say it over and over again, this is obviously not true. Christians and Muslims do not worship the same God. Jews and Muslims do not worship the same God. Just because you claim it's the same God doesn't mean it's the same God, because if you're saying, oh, the God has a son, and then the Muslims say God doesn't have a son, how can you say you worship the same God when you got a contradiction there? Or you say that Jesus is God, and the Jews saying he's not, how can you say you're worshiping the same God when there's a contradiction? Obviously, you're not worshiping the same God. You all have different doctrine that contradict one another. Yet they're trying to bring this unity and ignoring those differences and just saying, yeah, we worship the same God. And the Pope is supporting this, is a big role in this. And it's because of this belief that he has the authority to do such a thing. And this is the fruit of that belief. And I know a lot of Catholics protest this. They're Protestants because they protest against the Pope and against the Catholic Church on this. Yet they don't want to admit that. No. So they get in these little binds, right? Because they see Protestantism as some kind of evil thing, but they themselves are doing exactly what Protestants have done throughout history. Rejected the silliness and stupidity and heretical ideas coming from the Pope and the Vatican. And that's exactly what a lot of the Catholics I talk to are doing now. They're going against this. They're going against what the Pope says. But all this time, they preach to you that the Pope has this authority and that you need to submit to that authority, but they themselves aren't doing it. It's everything they say is completely hypocritical. It's ass backwards. It makes sense why they believe that Peter has to be crucified upside down so he can see everything the way they do, because it's jacked up, that's for sure. But anyway, I just wanted to make this short video to get that point across of the fruit of this twisted doctrine. You twist the scriptures and look what you get, right? So anyway, thanks for watching and take care. And more details on this, I did an episode about Peter and the rock. That's why I'm not getting into how he is not the rock. I've already did a video on it, and I'm just doing this video to show you the fruit of that twisting of the scripture. So again, thanks for watching and take care.